Hi guys, welcome to my videos. So today in this video I'm going to show you how you can proceed with step-by-step application for subclass 482 skill shortage visa for Australia, or short-term skill shortage, that we are going to cover in this video. So before I proceed further, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please go and subscribe right now, because I regularly upload videos. And if you have any concern, any question, anything that comes in your mind, feel always absolutely free to ask. Alright guys, so let's proceed. So here in front of you I have opened the official page of temporary skill shortage visa subclass 482. So this page, this visa has three main entity players: the sponsor, the applicant, and the government, who actually work on for you. So this process is actually initiated by sponsors, not by the applicants initially. So first they have to apply to become a standard sponsor. Like as you can see the chart here, they apply, then they are approved, and then they nominate. Once they nominate, and then based on that nomination, an overseas worker applies, and then the outcome comes. So basically the steps are clear. Now one of the very important thing is labor market testing. Like when an Australian employer offers a job to somebody overseas, they have to go through, in most of the cases, labor market testing to prove that there is no Australian worker who can take that job, because this is same as LMIA in Canada, and it is called LMT in Australia. So when nowadays, because there are so many scams, so many fraudulent activities in this immigration business, so if somebody is offering you a job, a temporary job in Canada, in Australia for short term, ask them that do they have this labor market testing. Based on that you can take a call. Alright, so now if I customize this page for applicants, we know the process. So when you want to apply, click on apply. When you click on apply, I assume that your employer has on everything done. So now because I had already logged in into my IMMI account, straight away I came to this page. So here you need to accept and click on next. I may not be able to show you the full application, because if it asks me to refer some details from the sponsorship application that I don't have, so I won't be able to show you that, but I'm gonna try that with what I can show you. Current location, so let's say you are in India. I selected Iran, India. Alright, legal status, let's say you are a citizen of India. Has the applicant commenced or completed skill assessment? Yes. Give details of the related nomination, reference number type. Okay, nomination application ID number. I don't have any ID number, but I'll try to create one if that is accepted. If not, I won't be able to proceed further. Must be numeric. Okay, now let's see if it accepts. Invalid. Okay, wow, at least I have managed to go to the next page. Passport details. So applicant personal passport. So let's say there's an Indian citizen whose name is John Smith is filling this form, so let's proceed based on that. Okay, he's a male. Date of birth, let's say make him in 1990, not bad, 30 years of age. September 1st. Passport number. Country of birth, just sample number. He holds an Indian passport. Nationality is from India. Date of issue, so typical Indian passports are valid for 10 years. So let's say September 1st it was issued. So in that case it will be valid till August 31st. Place of issue, let's say New Delhi, India. Okay. Does the applicant have a visa grant number previous application? Let's say he has never applied. Do you have a national identity card? Let's say no. but like it's not mandatory, but I would suggest like if you have select yes, because when I applied for my Australian visa I put my Indian PAN card number and it was successful. So again I'll do, so I've just put a sample number. Let's see if it is accepted. It's given a warning, but fine. Okay, place of birth, so let's say this guy was born in New Delhi, India. Country of birth as India. Relationship status, let's say he's never married, but if you're married, fill accordingly. Other names, no. Citizen, is the applicant selected citizen country of passport? Yes. Any other citizenship? No. Other documents of travel? No. Other anti-document? No. Health examination past 12 months, let's say no. In that case they may ask you to go for it. Next. Oh, I missed to check this. Next. Okay, the related nomination details provided cannot be verified. Check the nomination details with the employer and amend if necessary. The applicant will not be able to continue. I should review our website for further information. So as I said, like if they do some verification, because I don't have any nomination where I can show you actually that how you can online lodgement, but this gives you an overall idea. So from like you can go ahead and keep providing your details. I have shown you in other applications how you provide the details. They may ask you the details of the nomination, the intended occupation and everything else, and at the end they may ask you to upload the documents and then pay the fee. So you can go through all that and then you can apply. So basically this video gives you some idea. So I hope you like this video. Make sure you like and comment, and if you have any concern, any question, anything that comes in your mind, feel always absolutely free to ask. Thank you guys.